I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano, Josh Reese, and Aaron Rosa. How's everyone doing? We are 2 weeks into season 6 of Dark Side of the Ring, and shit's getting pretty cray-cray.
It's interesting. I think I found what would happen if Donald Trump and Brock Lesnar had a sex baby. I think this would have been the first person, right?
Very controversial, Josh.
It's fucking insane.
Wow.
Because this guy looked like Brock Lesnar.
He did.
But he had
said that.
He had the smarts of Donald Trump.
The smarts?
The smarts.
That is only
Persona?
Josh Reese's opinion, just for the record. Jesus.
I mean, that's not bad in terms of politics. I mean, a lot of parallels there.
This guy was a Nazi.
This was they called Trump a Nazi. I mean,
They call him a Nazi. That's just the Democrats doing their thing, though. But yeah.
maybe Trump has an SS tattoo. We don't know.
We haven't seen his
I have
legs.
not
I've been
inspected his
searching
body.
all day long. I have yet to see Trump's legs or feet. So,
You know, Dark Side of the Ring has these like episodes where it's a guy that no one's ever heard of pretty much, but then like it becomes like this awesome episode. Like they have one of those. I mean, this was insane.
And
this was insanity.
And this was a perfect Dark Side of the Ring episode. It had everything. It had him falling apart. He's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It had all of it.
He was a member of Congress.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But, hey, Jesse the Body, there's been
There's
other
been a lot
times.
of wrestlers
Arnold
in
Schwarzenegger.
politics. You know, Kane is a mayor now.
He's a mayor.
it really seems like wrestling is a great jumping off point into politics.
I mean, I've said it before,
Yeah.
but it's like even this episode, they say like how much wrestling is like politics. Who can talk? Who's the best talker? Who's the best promo guy? That's why all these wrestlers win elections. Who can cut the best promo?
I missed my calling.
That's an all right, Flair. You're too old now. It's over.
There was this one time when Booker was when I was doing the production for Booker's podcast, and I was like, Booker, have you ever thought about running for mayor? I was like, you probably should, man. I don't know, shucky ducky quack quack. But seriously, I tried to put it in his ear. Like maybe you should.
You were trying to convince him.
Yeah, because I was hoping I could be his chief of staff.
You were gonna be like in Daredevil. You were gonna be James Gandolfini's son, like his like little social media bitch.
Holy shit, that is his son, isn't it? I did not know that. I really didn't.
All right, well, this isn't the podcast for that. We are doing the
Well, it kinda
Daredevil
is.
Born
Holy fuck.
Again podcast, but it is on patreon.com.
I can't even tell if he's trolling me or not.
Shut the fuck up when I'm plugging the goddamn Patreon. Patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Yes, that's James Gandolfini's son.
Holy shit.
Didn't you see Many Saints of Newark?
That movie has come and gone from my brain.
That's his son playing his younger self.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Tits.
This is something that went into your brain and you forgot since, but yeah, that is James Gandolfini's son. But yeah, we're having a blast watching season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. It's a great show. We've got 3 episodes left. We're reviewing them on patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. We got a new patron this week. Thank you to the Val Venus Fluffer. Yes, we all know about that guy. He's been a patron of What's Wrong with Wrestling for a long time, so thank you so much, Val Venus Fluffer.
What a job.
Yeah, what a job indeed. Who do you think was the Fluffer back then? Like one of the...
I don't think she needed to I don't think they needed to pay her for it, but I think just Sonny just kind of did it.
Yeah.
Hey, when he's fluffing, I'm back here. I'm already back here. Anyone?
Or maybe, I'll do it.
Oh.
Yeah, wow, let me see it.
That's tremendous.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, Pritchard was such a bitch to Vince. He probably had to do that at some point.
That's true. That's a good point.
Pat
yeah.
Patterson. Anyway, what else?
Pat Patterson. That's
What else are we talking
Coming
about?
up with the Royal Rumble.
Pekka.
Oh, that's in like a few weeks. The Tony Atlas
I
episode.
can't wait. No, when
can't
you're
wait.
talking about wrestlers that you didn't really know about, that you can't wait to find out what fucking crazy shit they were involved in.
Yeah.
Tony Atlas, he touched my pecker. I can't wait to figure out what else people touched on Tony Atlas.
Has there been a Pat Patterson episode?
No. Well, they did. They did one on
This
the.
guy.
I think they did one on the Ring Boy scandal. I'm pretty sure, but that was like, and Pat Patterson was involved in that a little bit, but he didn't really like, he wasn't like the main guy involved.
He might be the most evil out of all of
maybe.
these guys.
Yeah. But all right, let's get to the Dark Side of the Ring Ludvig Borga episode. In the opener, Jim Ross said he looked like a villain, he sounded like a villain, but unfortunately, in real life, he was a villain. JR's really good in this.
Sure.
It was kind of
because they can edit.
Yeah.
It's not live.
Well, yeah, I mean,
That's
I
true.
imagine most of the footage is him asleep. Like
someone
all right,
wake
JR,
JR
wake
up from the freezer.
That's just the thing. It was like, hip.
Like Nyla
yeah,
has to
I'm
come
back.
up and like motorboat him
He's
from
the
the.
fluffer.
Oh my god! All right, yeah.
She's the fluffer.
Fucking Ludvig Borga, that piece of shit. What an
Right,
asshole.
right.
Falling
Speaking of
asleep.
assholes, hey Nyla, bend over for the camera.
I'm
It
falling
is-
asleep. Now take a sock off fast. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm back.
It is crazy how they said this was 1993 when he made his debut, and that was only
Yeah.
2 years before we started, and it feels like a completely different company. Like
Sure.
we started in 1995
For the Monday Night War podcast.
for the Monday Night
yeah.
War podcast, and like way different. Like
Yeah.
I just thought
I
it
can
was
see this
interesting.
guy on the show now, though. Like right before kind of the attitude starts.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like just a
absolutely.
random, I'm from another country and I have an accent and I hate America. Sure.
There's more horrible gimmicks to come in 96 and 97, so just wait.
He was a perfect fit for that little shit like 3 years where there was nothing.
More than that,
Free
really.
attitude.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. 3-4 years of that. Yeah. Between like getting Hogan and then to Stone Cold.
Yeah,
That
'cause-
transition.
Yep.
93 was when Raw started. That was when, Raw began, so
And
yeah.
apparently this was the time that they were trying to push Luger as their new Hogan.
Oh, yeah,
and
of
that
course.
Luger sucked. Ludwig sucked.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it's like, uh-oh.
Yep.
We're the wrong choice again.
Ludvig Borga, real name Tony Halme, born and raised in Finland. Like we say, he debuted in WWF in 93 as a big foreign villain from Helsinki. And Jim Cornette said, Vince McMahon loved the foreign heel concept so much that if we didn't have a problem with the country, he would figure one out. And that's that goes back to when, like in the Attitude Era, when Bret Hart was the evil heel from Canada. Like as a kid, obviously I knew wrestling was fake, but as a kid I was like, I guess we hate Canada? So I was like all aboard that. I was like, yeah, fuck Canada. What the heck? It's just like there's no reason for us to hate Canada. And it's funny because now Donald Trump's doing that here. It's like, fuck Canada, you go fuck yourself. But he's kind of doing that with everyone.
Donald Trump's like, I learned everything from Vince McMahon.
So then they showed a clip of Vince interviewing Borga in the ring, he's clearly just reciting lines that Vince gave him. He's like, in my country, USA stands for you stink a lot. So Vince certainly didn't help.
No.
God, I mean, just the god-awful fucking writing from Vince.
Vince is like, that's not what I said. That is what I remember.
Yeah, you stink a lot. Tatanka's on this episode because he had this undefeated streak for apparently 2 years.
That's insane.
I completely forgot about that.
But who knows if it's for real?
Well,
You know
right.
how Vince is, right?
still,
Like he
though,
lost,
like-
but then Vince is like, never mind. You didn't lose that match. That doesn't count.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, as far as kayfabe is concerned, he had this undefeated streak for 2 years, and Vince had Borga break the streak to get him over. They made it sound like he was breaking Undertaker's WrestleMania streak or
And he
something.
pinned him with
It's
one finger.
Tatanka.
Like you're destroyed. You're taking him from this great up and coming wrestler to just buried.
And he was the undefeated streak, yet was not a champion during this undefeated streak. 2 years.
It happens.
What's funny is I just read like maybe a month and a half ago about this, about how Tatanka was like, yeah, they were talking about breaking this undefeated streak I had, and they were like, okay, here's the guy to do it. And I was like, this guy?
Yeah.
That guy's gonna, okay.
Yeah.
You mean the guy with the funny tattoo that I don't really understand? Interesting.
Yes. Tatanka and JR said Borga was a miserable person to be around backstage, and then it got worse when they discovered the SS tattoo on his calf.
Ruh-roh.
The SS, Hitler's private army. And JR was like, well, I guess we didn't vet him properly. Which, like, in these Dark Side of the Ring episodes, JR says that quite a bit. He's like, oh, we didn't do our homework on that guy.
But what are you supposed to ask him? Like, all right, so tell us about your personal views. Do you hate any groups of people?
Yeah. I'm surprised Vince wasn't like...
question.
I'm sure if he would ask that, he'd be like, well, let me tell you, I've got a long list.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
you would think Vince, like, you know, the casting couch of wrestling would have been like, all right, now take off your shirt. That looks good. All right, now take off your pants. Yeah, now take off your socks.
What is that? A Social Security tattoo? That's weird. All right, you're hired.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Oh my God, he's jerking off.
We can't hire you, but let me finish.
It's probably Vince's idea. You should get an SS tattoo and then...
What's SS? Like a ship. Like a U.S. military ship. The SS Minnow. That's you.
Yep. Because, yeah, when Walter, you know, changed his name to Gunther a few years back, they originally trademarked like a famous Nazi because it was Gunther and then he had a last name.
Right.
And then they found out, they're like, wait, no, Vince, no, you can't name him after a famous Nazi.
Not again. Jesus.
All right, just Gunther.
Yeah.
But he's still the fucking Nazi. But we're just gonna pretend it just among us, he's still that guy. because
Backstage, we'll call him Nazi.
That guy was my hero. He's gonna be the biggest babyface in the company one day.
No, but it is crazy. So, like, they discover that he has a Nazi tattoo.
Yeah.
And yet, like, he's not off TV. It seems like they still keep him on.
Yeah, they're like, make sure you cover that up. Yeah.
Right. It's
Which,
like,
I mean, he's wearing wrestling boots.
it's MJF's, like, AEW tattoo. That's how offensive it is. It's okay. He's wearing wrestling boots. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So we also meet this other Finnish guy, Mikko Martinen, who wrote Tony's biography. Not the first one.
Oh, okay.
Not the one Tony wrote himself that they get to later. But obviously this guy, he was a fan of Tony when he was a kid in Finland. He was like, he was this big famous guy.
Sure.
Got famous in America. He said Tony grew up in a broken home, both parents being alcoholics and divorced when he was very young. He also said there's a cultural minority in Finland that, like, there's a little minority that have Swedish as their native tongue. And then Tony's childhood friend, Krister, said people called them gay for it. Not gay, but a word that
I was
you would
wondering
call...
how we were going to mention that.
Well, you know the word.
Yes.
And also, Krister looks like a Bond villain. Like, with his fucking, like, metal mouth. He looks
my God.
What's the guy with the metal mouth in the old Bond film?
Wasn't it Metal Mouth?
Jaws.
Jaws,
that's right.
He looks like fucking Jaws.
Not only that, like, he lives in a
How
house.
is he not a famous wrestler from the 90s?
Probably
Seriously.
from Finnish wrestling. But he lived in a house that had a middle finger in front of it.
That was awesome.
Like,
but I think
yeah,
that was weird.
Yeah, like you're going across the neighborhood and you see that, like, oh, so I'm not going to knock on his door ever at all.
No.
Or maybe it was like, hey, we're going to be there at 2. And he was like, all right, I better bring out my middle finger.
He's like, I know the perfect stuff to put out.
Yeah. When he was 13 or 14, Tony moved out of his mother's house and moved in with his friend Krister and started lifting weights in his early teens because he wanted respect. He was getting bullied. And then he also created a persona for himself. Before he even thought to become a wrestler, he created a persona known as the Viking. He would talk tough, rob people, and then get into street fights with Krister.
Dude, I was robbed by the Viking this week. It was awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he really rob you? Oh, yeah. No, but it was great.
Yep.
We'll talk about it forever.
And they even made the newspaper as like two big karate guys fighting people in a bar.
Yeah.
Guess they did some karate moves. Who knows?
Punch.
Probably poorly.
And kick.
Chop.
Hi-ya!
Right. It was like Austin Powers. Tony also loved movies and was influenced in the worst possible way, as many people were, apparently, by the film Taxi Driver.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy how, like, people watched that movie and was like, I want to be just like Travis Bickle. That's who I want to be. He's the hero.
He's Google Grace.
Like, it's a movie about a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's fucked up from war. Then
You should almost have a watch list for like everyone who's watched Taxi Driver more than once. Like you're immediately on a watch list.
you just can't put on the FBI most wanted.
I mean, I've seen it a few times, but I don't idolize.
whoa.
I don't
Hey.
want to be.
This guy.
I don't want to be Travis
Hey.
Bickle. It's just a great movie about how a man can go mad. That's all.
He's like, it's just a great movie about a great man.
Interesting.
He saved Jodie Foster. What are you talking about?
He sure did.
So yeah, Tony's first wife, Dee Dee, said he moved to Los Angeles for fame because he felt if you're famous and people will love you. She said he would take steroids from Russia, and one of the packages was for horses.
Horse steroids, sure.
Yeah.
Hogan, I mean, there's a lot of guys that have done those.
That's right, brother.
He got small roles in commercials for Little Caesars, Josh. How about that?
I saw
Bush and some TV show I never heard of. And then later in the episode, we find out that he was like that dumb guard in Die Hard with a Vengeance.
It's amazing.
When Samuel Jackson hands him the bomb, he's open. No, don't open that. It's a bomb. He's like,
That was him.
That was pretty interesting. That was a great little cameo.
right. So then,
Probably, you know what? That's probably the high point of his, well, aside from Congress, but his acting
in terms
and
of
wrestling.
America.
In terms of America,
Yeah.
that might be the high point.
hey, you see me? There I am. I was the guy in Die Hard. You want to fuck me now? Okay, great.
Not in the ass.
Does everybody in America love me?
Maybe in the yes. Maybe. We'll see.
Exit only.
So yeah, Tony started wrestling as the Viking for Herb Abrams, UWF, which Dark Side of the Ring has a whole episode on that, which is one of the best ones. So I even just watched it like a week or two ago. It's so good.
It is good.
Then he wrestled in where like his character was just, I am the Viking. I am going to destroy you. It's terrible.
He's the Terminator.
Yeah. Then he wrestled in New Japan under his real name, but with a boxing gimmick. And the author's like, he never boxed ever. And they claim that he was, but that's wrestling, right? Just like Sergeant Slaughter and everything. But his gimmick was that he wore boxing gloves and was punching people.
Knock guys out. A couple of those look real.
Right.
This guy's a talker. He was almost Giant Gonzalez bad. Like, I'd never seen much of him before. He's really bad on the mic.
Yeah. Then some Finland wrestling promoter said Tony and Scott Norton got into a bar fight. No one knows for sure what happened. Some people say Tony laid out Norton with a sucker punch, but Norton claims that he knocked out Tony. That's just classic wrestling and wrestlers when they tell stories.
Yep.
After that, New Japan jobbed Tony out, and he was soon back in Los Angeles. Like, apparently the whole thing was they had to choose, like, Norton or Tony, and they were like, well, Norton's not great, but he's better than Tony, so I guess we'll keep
He doesn't
Norton.
go around punching guys.
We'll keep Flapjack Norton.
Yeah.
Norton's not great, but not a Nazi.
Yeah.
So,
But sir, he eats all the pancakes. He just eats. We're out of pancakes because of this guy.
but not a
I
Nazi.
just went to the store. Fuck.
So then Dee Dee said she decided to divorce him when she found out he cheated on her. And then she said, as soon as we split up, that's when he became Ludvig Borga. So we go back to that, back to the WWF, where after Borga beats Tatanka, Vince set him up to feud with Luger. But again, his promos were fucking terrible.
He's like, I want to beat America, indeed, he's bad, and then that's it.
And Lex Luger,
You stink always.
the torture rack will torture you. Whatever that means.
Have some emotion, bro.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Dee Dee then said he once came home from Russia with a bunch of Nazi memorabilia. Yes. And she said, she was like, oh, I was such a naive person. I didn't know anything. And she used one of the items as a flower pot, even though it had a swastika on it.
Holy shit.
She's either the dumbest person alive or...
Yeah.
Really
That's an
ignorant.
interesting looking star. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I will cherish this all my life.
Not one question of why this massive masculine man is bringing home like pottery.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to look into that a little bit?
Right. Like he likes anything as
Like
long as there's a
antique
swastika
pottery.
on it. Then we have the best part of the episode. Take it away, Jim Cornette.
Why would somebody get an exit-only tattoo on their rear end? Why?
What the would propel a man to tattoo exit only above his asshole? Especially when you're the size he is and look like that, do you really need to have written instructions for people not to you in the ass? Does there have to be a written warning? What the f***'s going on with that? And who are you making that statement to when you're walking down the street? You're so anti-homosexual that you have exit only tattooed above your asshole. Who's gonna know? Don't f*** him in the ass.
So
That's the best 30 seconds of Dark Side of the Ring ever.
Who was that, Josh? Who was speaking there?
it was our Lord and Savior, Jimmy C, for sure.
Yeah.
So
He certainly is.
So my current theory is he was fucking the ass. So that's
Yeah.
why he put that sign there.
That's usually how that works out, right?
You don't put a sign there. That's never happened.
Yeah.
I've never needed a sign there myself for obvious reasons. You know, I'm just saying.
Hey, you see that guy over there? Like
He
it's like,
has
it's like there's
problems.
gay guys at a bar that are looking just to fuck someone in the and they're like, whoa, wait.
Exit
Oh,
only?
not that guy.
Oh, Lord.
Fuck, not that guy. He tattooed it.
Exactly.
But in reality, it would be, well, clearly that's the guy who wants it the most. Like, that's exactly how that works.
Tony, why do you have that above your ass? My father was a drinker and a fiend.
Borga seems like one of
Got
those
it.
guys where you could tell him like, hey, if you watch porn, you're gay because you're looking at dicks. And he'll be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
no more porn for me.
Yeah, the Tiger King.
How does Triple H not give Cornette a call? I mean, my God. Like,
I know.
Especially under like the new regime, they can get away with more stuff now.
Cornette never wants to leave his house.
It's true. I mean,
He's a
Cornette,
recluse.
Cornette has said he doesn't want anything to do with modern wrestling, which, you know.
Unless
And he
they
watches
pay
a lot
him.
of AEW. Can you blame him?
Sure.
When he talks, I mean, they're worth billions now. It's like
Still be amazing, though. Yeah, I mean, at some point, you know, everyone likes a lot of money, right?
put him on the pre-show. I'll watch the fucking pre-show if Cornette's on it.
I would just love to see him manage someone. That would be amazing. So then Tony hurt his ankle in a match with Rick Steiner, and that was enough of an excuse for WWF to release him. They were just waiting for something to happen. Then Tony got a fight in UFC. She wanted to, you know, do a career in MMA. It's
awesome.
But it's against future legend Randy Couture. Which is
Man, bad matchup. Bad matchup. Bad match.
But it's like
Unfortunate.
it was both their first fight.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, they just didn't know Randy Couture was going to be Randy Couture.
I love when he starts to tell you about how he's one of the guys was like, you know, he's this guy that's like, I'd rather die in the ring than ever submit.
Right.
And 1 minute in, he's tapping.
As soon as he
No,
puts him, he's
please.
like, get me the fuck out of here.
No.
Please. This is terrible.
Which means he's just a fake bullshit, you know,
Well,
piece of crap.
Exit only.
Exit only.
I mean-
that's right. He was behind him. He was he was mounting him. No, exit only.
No, he's getting choked out. Look at my tattoo. You're what?
But how about that? Randy Couture starts his UFC career beating the Brock Lesnar lookalike, and then he leaves UFC losing to Brock Lesnar.
Holy
how about that?
shit. Wow. Wow.
Amazing. So then Tony later married a Finnish woman, but the police raided their house and he was arrested for trafficking steroids and possession of illegal firearms, a fucking Uzi for one. I mean,
Great guy.
yeah. And he was deported and banned from ever entering the U.S. again because that was the law. Back in Finland, Tony starred in the Finnish version of American Gladiators, but I guess there it was just called Gladiators. We met one of his coworkers, who was like this big Finnish woman.
Oh, yeah, she was.
And he also, oh yeah, Josh, you like that? She did it for you?
Oh my God.
Oh boy. He also recorded a hit single in Finland, which might be the worst song you'll ever hear. Viking, Viking, Viking. I don't know what the fuck that was.
It was huge in gay bars
When
in
they-
Finland.
Yeah, probably.
When they say hit single,
Yeah.
I mean,
So when I was in high school, you've heard this song, the "Oh, you touch my tra-la-la." Of
course.
Like that was in one of those countries, and like we thought it was a joke, but there it was like a hit.
Huge.
Like it was huge. He was huge, and he was also named Gunther. Like it was fucking crazy. So I don't know. Like they just like those weird. You know, they have a different taste in music, I guess. It's fucking nuts. Then Tony wrote an autobiography, but it was very offensive. Had the N-word all over it, and most of it was made up, but he did have his fans in Finland, and he wanted to get into politics, and he joined this small political party. Apparently, he wanted to start like a Nazi party, and they're
Sure.
like, maybe just join these guys instead.
what political party you want to start? The Nazi party would be good. Bring it back. No, hey, come
Didn't
back.
work out well last time.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Is available, yes?
And then Tony had a campaign website where you go to the website, and the first thing you see is Tony's fist punching the screen. Welcome, vote for me. Vote for me or you're gay. Bam.
The next
Amazing.
shot is exit only.
And Tony wasn't afraid to say how he felt. They show a TV clip of Tony saying, "Many say I'm homophobic, but I don't fear them. They fear me."
Yeah.
That's much better.
He also claimed that the Finnish president at the time was a lesbian, which that was the Finnish president that Conan O'Brien met when he went to Finland. And like they even did like a side by side to be like, "Look, we look alike," like that was her. Then Tony was elected into Parliament in 2003 in a landslide victory.
Wow.
He goes on TV blurting the N-word, and the host's jaw just drops to the floor.
That's amazing
He
to
looked like he died inside. It was like, oh my God.
He just like looked at the camera like, oh no.
And then he had some line about like, I think the Jews would have rather like licked ass than...
Licked an ass.
I wrote this down because I was like, this is the most batshit. He said, calling me a Nazi, that's different than me calling someone a F word, because Jews would much rather eat ass than go to the gas chamber.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, what?
And he said,
where
like,
are you even going
he
with
said,
that?
like, the 90 Jews. Like, was he also a Holocaust denier?
Well, he didn't deny all of them. It's 90.
He meant the 1990s Jewish people. I think that's what he meant.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that.
I don't know.
The way he said it, the translation.
But I mean, yeah, you would think he would be all for getting rid of the Jews, obviously.
This guy had a couple screws loose.
Yeah.
Couple screws loose.
Just a couple thousand, yeah. He was also taking lots of drugs and alcohol. One guy said he had a fruit bowl of pills. That was quite an image to see. And then he ended up having an exhibition boxing match. But again, he's just not a good fighter, despite being a big, strong guy.
Right. He lost to his friend, right?
Yeah.
Metal Mouth?
Metal Mouth.
Jesus.
Jaws beat him.
Jaws got him.
And then he went on a drinking binge for 2 weeks. He's like, oh, I lost. And then his wife told him that she's divorcing him. So he swallowed a bunch of pills, grabbed his gun, and the wife tried to stop him from shooting himself. The gun went off, but no one was shot. And then she left. And when she came back, she found him like passed out, choking on his own vomit. He ended up being in a coma for a little while. He eventually woke up, but he suffered massive brain damage and never fully recovered.
This story could have ended right there if she would have pulled a Walter White.
For sure.
Walked in like, it's fine.
Don't call
It's fine.
Don't call 911 or anything.
I was never here.
Yeah.
Do you think they secret invasion this? They were both yelling at each other and then bam, they just shot the wall instead?
Maybe. That's probably where they got it from. Jesus Christ. So Tony resigns from Parliament. He was there for a few years, though. That's what's crazy. More painkillers and alcohol, pissing himself at bars. No one wants to be around him anymore. He gets into massive debt. But man, Krister stayed with him as his best friend, taking care of him.
Yeah.
But then on January 10th, 2010, Krister went to Tony's apartment as he had a key, but there was a chain on the door. So he called the police and they went in and found Tony dead from a self-inflicted gunshot. Yeah. And then everyone says, like they feels that he did it because he was at the top of the mountain at one point, didn't want to live as a nobody, along with his physical condition. So, yeah. And then his first wife, Dee Dee, was like, I didn't shed a tear. He was a piece of shit. So, And then at the end, they asked like everyone, like, what's his legacy? The Finland wrestling promoter said his legacy is Ludvig Borga. That's how most people know him. A Finnish heel who couldn't connect with the audience. Grenette says, I can't remember a single Ludvig Borga match because he didn't stand out. JR said he was an asshole. And then the Mikko Martinen author said, Tony changed Finnish politics the same way Donald Trump did in America. Right. He said like that in Europe started like the whole anti-immigration thing. And then Dee Dee did say that there was a good side of him, but he destroyed himself. And that's where the episode ends. But yeah.
That is kind of crazy how like someone that random, Ludvig Borga, is the genesis of like all this anti-immigration hate that's now spewing in overseas. And I guess somewhat here over in America as well. But like he was the genesis for that over there. It's
so
crazy.
They say.
He's the most random guy, I think. Like, in wrestling, maybe.
I'm sure he wasn't the only one.
Well,
but like
someone to make it that
ring,
high, and come from nowhere, nobody.
What's so funny in like 99% of these Dark Side of the Ring episodes, it starts off with people like exaggerating with just how good the wrestler was. Like it could be like Dynamite Kid or something where they're like, and it starts and they're like, he was gonna be the greatest wrestler of all times. Like what? Like that's how most of them start. In this one, he was one of the worst wrestlers to ever lace a pair of boots. This guy was terrible. So it's just an interesting, interesting how they did that, obviously. But yeah, there's no pretending this guy was good. So that's where we're left off. But a really good episode, obviously.
Crazy.
Dark Side
What's
of the
next
Ring.
week?
Oh, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
I'll tell you later because that's how we're going to end this podcast. But for now, let's get to the news and rumors, a.k.a. the Hollywood Hogwash. So DC dropped a 5-minute sneak peek of Superman this
Very
past
interesting.
week.
Yes.
Everyone watched it?
Yes.
It's so if you haven't watched it, in the first trailer we see Superman just crashing and then the dog Crypto he's like take me home. Well, we see that whole scene. And we see how Crypto the dog is like James Gunn said in an interview, he's not the best dog in the world, and we see how he's jumping on Superman
While he's injured.
yeah.
Oh, stop dog, stop boy.
It's like a funny little scene despite Superman is really fucked up.
Yeah.
And then
I love how fucked up. You can see more of the details of how fucked up
Yeah.
he is in this, and
Yes.
I'm I can't wait to see who or what
right.
destroys him so easily. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
So then, Crypto takes him to the Fortress of Solitude where a bunch of robots fix him up, which I didn't know. Is that in the comics that he has robots working there?
So this version, James Gunn said that it's off of the 2005 Superman Legacy or Superman something. There's another
because
name.
that's what this was
Where there's
originally called
robots.
Superman Legacy.
Yeah, there's robots. He has an army of robots.
I think the main robot was voiced by Alan Tudyk, if I recognized him right.
Yeah. I saw that on
Oh,
there.
is that's the pirate in Dodgeball?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
That is,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He's
And there's
great.
also another rumor of a voice that they think they hear that's going to play, Jor-El, Superman's dad. But I don't want to spoil it because if you haven't heard, it's out there. If you looked at spoilers. But
Oh,
it's
I think I've seen. Yeah, I think they've seen that. Right.
Yeah.
I have not, so I'll stay away from
I do like the part where Superman thanks one of the robots. And he's like, "No need to thank us, sir. We don't feel emotions." And then he looks at one of the other robots, and she's like, "Oh, he looked at me." And it's funny little joke, I guess there. But
It is kind of neat that he's bringing a little bit of the humor that you see in all the other movies that James
Yeah.
Gunn has. So it's not going to be.
Wouldn't expect any different. It's very
kinda nice.
colorful movie. And then they use sunlight to heal him, which I've seen online a lot of comic book fan depending on the comic, they're that's not how it works, or I guess in this comic it does work that way. So
concentrated sunlight.
yeah, sure.
292 times Saharan something. So probably the hottest sun on Earth.
And he didn't enjoy it. It was painful for him.
Oh, your body's healing at a rapid rate. Ouch.
Sure. Yeah.
It's
I just
interesting.
thought
Yeah, I
he
like
needed to sleep for a little bit, and then he would have been fine. You
Well,
know?
in
Yeah, this is faster though.
yeah, what is it when they nuke Superman when he's with Doomsday? And then he's basically a zombie.
Yeah.
and then he turns. The sun comes around, and then
Yeah.
he becomes good again. I love that scene.
Kal-El, no.
No.
One of the greatest
Kal-El.
line deliveries
No.
of all time.
I didn't realize
how did she
how-
not win an Oscar for that?
I don't realize how
There.
bad she is in every movie as
she's
an actress.
so bad.
She's terrible. Maybe the most gorgeous human being I've ever seen.
It's true.
But oh my god,
Kal-El, no.
no, Kal-El.
There's a reason why she only does cameos for most part in
know, right?
movies.
True. James Gunn was like, "Nah, we'll reboot it. Yeah, we're gonna reboot this whole thing."
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, that's Superman. We also have a bunch of news because CinemaCon was this past week, so there's a fuck ton of news.
Shit ton.
Last week, Marvel announced a large cast for Avengers Doomsday, leaving many fans to think that it's going to be Avengers versus X-Men.
Wow.
But Kevin Feige told the fans that the Avengers, Wakandans, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, and the original X-Men will be teaming up to fight Doctor Doom.
Team up.
Which to me, that was always the more likely thing. Imagine Infinity War, the scene in Infinity War where it's Spider-Man, Iron Man, and they come across the Guardians and they have a brief little fight, but then quickly realize they're on the same team. I'm sure there'll be some of that, right? But
Sure, of course.
of course, they're going to be fighting together.
This is probably going to be the typical Doom's trying to save the multiverse, by, you got to break a few eggs, and they're going to be like, no, nobody can die. We have to save everybody. And Doom's like, you stupid fucks.
I hope it's not that, because we've already done that multiple times.
But, I mean,
in the MCU.
But that's who Doom is, though.
But didn't Loki grab all the fucking tree branches and fix it?
He did.
All right, so enough. I mean, it happened in Deadpool and Wolverine. It happened in Doctor Strange. Like, they could come up with something else, please. I hope so.
So we haven't had a chance to kind of talk about this on the podcast, but was anybody else maybe a little bit annoyed they did all this announcements of the cast? Like
we did last week, Josh. You just weren't here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
We did talk about it.
And again, it's not all of them, but it's just, I mean, there wasn't too many shockers to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I
these
get
are all
what you're
names we've
saying,
seen.
but
It's not like,
I'd rather see it in the movie.
I was
get it.
shocked once they said like Ian McKellen. I was like, oh, so all the X-Men are going to be in it. And then sure enough, like the rest of them.
the original cast. Yeah.
Josh, Joe made a pretty good point of, yes, they gave us all these names, but these probably aren't even the names we're going to be most excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to save some surprises.
There's still a bunch of names. I mean, again, they didn't even announce Hulk, and he's always in it. He's
Ryan
in
Reynolds.
everything.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt,
Thor.
if he's going to be in
Was
it.
they announced Thor?
Yeah, he was the first name.
Hugh
Oh,
Jackman.
right.
Hugh Jackman, of course. Tom Holland. Speaking of Tom Holland, he was at CinemaCon where he revealed the title for Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man Brand New Day, which releases July 31st, 2026. Tom Holland said it's a fresh new start, which, of course, if the end of No Way Home, it certainly feels that way. Mm-hmm. The director is the director of Shang-Chi, and he said that Spider-Man will have a new suit in the film, despite, at the end of No Way Home, he has the new suit. It's like the OG suit. But, he's going to have a new suit for this one. I mean, look, they teased the whole Venom thing at the end of No Way Home. We'll see. I hope they do
what
it.
They're gonna do.
That at least needs to be one of the storylines, but...
And there's supposed to be a new MJ, right?
That's a rumor, because the girl from Stranger Things is going to be in it. But they've pointed out how Gwen Stacy was always played by a redhead who then dyed her hair. So maybe that's it. Who knows?
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
But Zendaya's going to be in it. Like, I just don't like the thing that they always do in sequels where it's like, oh, you fall in love. And then the next movie, they're not together anymore because No Way Home, I don't know who you are anymore. And so now he has to fall in love with MJ all over again. It's like, Yeah. But if you do the symbiote and you finally do it right, because we've had a few chances now, then that'll be enough for me. But I don't know how to feel because they've never done the symbiote shit right. So we'll see. Sony also announced that Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse will release on June 4th, 2027. So we still got a couple years away for the third movie to the Spider-Verse.
That's crazy when you had such a great cliffhanger to have this many years before the next movie, especially in a cartoon where you're just animating.
Well, but they said it takes a long time.
Oh, I'm sure. But this is years and years. Wow.
But I'm with you, Joe. Like, no, and they announced that they pushed it back. I remember.
Yeah.
And then how do you lose that momentum? It's annoying, Joe. I get you.
Well, the director and the people involved were like, there's not going to be a fourth one. Like, this is literally our entire lives is just constantly working on this. Like, apparently it's, a fuck ton of
run
work.
faster, people. Jesus, I'm tired of waiting.
All right, Josh.
Thank you.
Why don't you go help them out? Can you help? Can you draw? Can you draw?
I can do stick figures.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll help.
Please, is there anyone out there who is bad at spelling? We need them right now.
I will help as much as I can.
With small carnival hands.
Yeah. Also, Vincent D'Onofrio was on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast and was asked about the possibility of appearing in Avengers Doomsday as Kingpin. But D'Onofrio said, when I was a boy. Oh, sorry.
Right.
He said, it's a very hard thing to do for Marvel to use my character. Right now, I'm only usable for television series. Apparently, Marvel owns the TV rights to the Kingpin character, but Sony owns the movie rights.
I thought they merged. Come on.
Well, Sony still owns all the Spider-Man characters and villains.
Oh, all the Sinister Six characters.
Kingpin was first a Spider-Man villain.
Right.
So they own... So yeah, but obviously if Disney wanted Kingpin in a film, they could work out a deal like they did with Spider-Man.
Of course.
Right. But I guess it's not the top of their list.
They just can't buy all of this from...
Right.
Sony has to want to sell it.
Yeah.
Sony doesn't want to sell Spider-Man. Why would they want to sell Spider-Man? Yeah,
Can
sure,
they-
but I
can
mean,
they
you got
sell the
to
villains?
like. Could they agree on a? Hey, you're gonna have this forever. Like what? You know what I mean? You're gonna make billions and billions of dollars off of Spider-Man.
I'm just saying, like, they offer an amount, they say no, and then Disney goes, well, we'll just buy Sony then.
sure. That's probably I mean,
Or
that's
at least
the
the
next.
cinematic rights.
I mean,
Sony's-
sure. Eventually, Disney will own every single company known to man.
I mean, just own
That's true.
Sony.
Yeah, but I mean, at least they've worked out a deal to where they could do Spider-Man movies. They have a split on how much money it makes and everything like that. So we'll see. I'm still holding out hope that Kingpin could be in the next Spider-Man film, but it's probably unlikely.
Yeah.
Also, Lionsgate has announced that John Wick Chapter 5 is officially happening. Take down the whole high table. You don't know how many more of these Keanu Reeves has. Let's hope. Like, I'd be fine with the 5th being the final one, but Keanu Reeves has to just kill every single person in the high table. I'm afraid that it won't happen because obviously they're going to be doing massive spin-offs and they want to expand this universe, but just make them all prequels.
Yeah. Sure.
Just make them all prequels.
It should be the last one because these movies getting better with each one and making more
Eventually.
money with each one. It's just like putting your money on black over and over and over. I mean, eventually.
But it's going to get like the Fast and Furious series where after 5, it became ridiculous.
Sure.
They're practically superheroes.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's up there, but he didn't we'll see him fly through like space and get to his next kill eventually because there's only one way to go, right? When you're that successful.
And he had mentioned that, like there's not many more of these that he can physically do. Like his knees are killing him and that type of stuff.
Of course.
And he's getting up there. He
Yeah.
still looks like a young boy, but sure.
You got to cast a great actor to be like the head of the high table. No one would be better for this type of movie than
Christopher Waltz.
Shut up, Nicolas Cage.
Ah, John Wick! Ah!
Just fucking shoots Nicolas Cage in the head.
be his
It's like
greatest
Nicolas
adversary.
Cage tripping balls for 3 hours and then finally comes face to face with John Wick and they have a face off.
There is only one man that could take down John Wick.
And then they cut to, he's just doing karate moves.
And John Wick's just like staring at him like, you're an idiot.
Like this guy?
Yeah.
Stop. We can only get so hard.
Did you know?
He had a brother.
There's also going to be a John
Nicholas
Wick.
Wick. Sorry.
they switch faces and then Nicolas Cage is John Wick.
Please, for the love of God.
Yeah. There's also going to be a John Wick animated film, which Keanu Reeves will voice. So that's interesting. And then Donnie Yen, who played...
Well, hold on. Go into what the animated film is about.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you know it?
Do you know?
Yeah, but I don't have it. Like, I don't have the whole thing in front of me.
So the whole thing with John Wick was he used to be in with all of that world and everything, and he got out by doing this impossible task that couldn't be done. The movie is about that, about how he killed all of his competition like in one night or something. So that's
Very
what this
nice.
one's about.
Very nice. Also, Donnie Yen, who played the blind assassin Kane in John Wick 4, is directing the spin-off film of his own character.
Directing himself.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
Tough to do.
Well, it's, like Jackie Chan type thing. Jackie Chan's done that. I'm excited because he was great in John Wick 4.
Excellent.
Also, this is fucking crazy. Playlist first reported this. Now Deadline, Variety have all confirmed it. David Fincher, who's directed Fight Club, Seven, he's set to direct a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, written by Quentin Tarantino. Brad Pitt is returning as stuntman Cliff Booth. Netflix is producing it. So a year or two ago, it was announced that Tarantino wrote and planned to direct his final film called The Movie Critic. And Brad Pitt was set to return as Cliff Booth. It was like a soft sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because it had his character. It's unknown whether or not this is the same script or if it evolved into something else. But that's where we're at right now. That seems crazy. I mean, this isn't the first time Tarantino's written a script and then someone else has directed it. Dusk Till Dawn, True Romance.
Yep.
What's the other one with Woody Harrelson and Natural Born Killers?
Yep.
But this is crazy, because I think it's just Tarantino saying, I don't want to do my final film yet, or maybe I don't want this to be my final film, because he's so stuck on, I'm doing 10 and that's it. So his next one is 10 and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
So I guess he was like, I don't want to do this for my 10th film. I'll let David Fincher do it.
So is he going to keep writing scripts even after he's done directing his last one?
Maybe.
I think so. Also, I want to bring up, back in 2022, Tarantino announced that he wrote an 8-episode miniseries that he was planning on directing, but then it never happened because then he was on Two Bears, One Cave where he announced it, like in front of Tom Segura. And then after that, it was announced he was going to do The Movie Critic, and then he was not doing The Movie Critic, so it's like he also has a mini-series that he wrote that...
So do the miniseries first then. Let's give us this miniseries.
That's what it seemed like he was going to do.
I'm down for that.
So it's like,
Whatever
even if he's going to direct his final film one day, like he could still do television because to him that doesn't even count, you know? Like
That'd be great.
So that'd be cool. You know?
Especially with the way TV is selling right now and how much they need it. And like, it's the biggest thing right now. It's
right.
You gotta merge into what's hot.
Absolutely.
I would still love it to be, the daughter of Vivica A. Fox coming after
Kill Bill 3.
Yeah.
Yep. Because he even
cool.
said it was going to be Uma and her real life daughter. What's her name? Who's in Stranger Things as well?
Right.
Something Hawk, because it's after her dad's name.
Maya
Hawke. There you go. Yeah. All right. Also, we talked about this last week that Ketchup Entertainment was thinking about buying Coyote versus Acme. Well, they fucking did it, and it will release in theaters next year.
This is insane.
Yeah.
How do you write it off as a loss, then sell it for a gain?
Yeah, that's got to be a tricky situation. Warner Brothers is in a lot of trouble, so
right.
We'll see what happens.
Can Ketchup Entertainment also buy Batgirl?
Do we really need that?
Yeah, I mean,
Michael Keaton?
Michael Keaton again
because he had a scene or two.
Brendan Fraser?
There are scenes of Michael Keaton as Batman that supposedly we'll never see. Where are the deleted scenes from the Aquaman movie? Did anyone buy the Aquaman Blu-ray? How are the deleted scenes not in there? How did they not put the deleted scenes in there? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
Was fucking Michael Keaton like, you're not releasing those deleted scenes, you sons of bitches?
Have you seen the new Aquaman?
Yeah.
You did?
It's fucking terrible.
Horrible, yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Oh, it's so bad. It's somehow worse than the first one. Also,
Impossible.
it's so bad. It's so bad. Also, a teaser for the Naked Gun reboot starring Liam Neeson dropped. Did you guys see it?
I didn't.
No?
Yes.
It did, yeah.
It doesn't look great. It's basically what the fuck are those Liam Neeson movies?
Taken.
Taken. It's Taken, but it's Naked Gun.
It's a joke.
Yeah, like he's like fucking people up, like it's Taken. Like there's blood and everything. Wow. It's very graphic. Like there was one joke that was really funny. They did an OJ joke.
That was the only thing
and that
I
was
laughed
really
at.
funny.
It was hilarious.
But that was it.
Everything else was
it a good joke?
mid.
It was funny, yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
But everything else was like, like, I don't know about this. I mean, it is Seth MacFarlane at least producing it. It's Akiva from Lonely Island directing it. So it has some promise, but I don't know.
It's hard. I mean, like...
It was only like 30 seconds. Like, it was a quick little teaser.
Sure, but like the Naked Gun stuff, that was so classic.
I know.
And like, it didn't need a reboot.
No.
One of the many movies that did not need to be rebooted.
You all right over there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The Zucker brothers aren't a part of that? At all?
I don't know.
Because they were like, Airplane and all those movies. They help with basketball, which is hilarious.
Right.
But, yeah.
Also, Minecraft had an insane opening weekend despite looking like the worst movie of all time. It reportedly made 157 million domestically and 301 million worldwide, beating Super Mario Brothers for biggest opening weekend for a video game movie.
Wow.
Ever.
That's not even the crazy part, though. Joe, what do you think the budget was for the Minecraft movie?
Well, these days, budgets are like 100 million, but I couldn't imagine they expected to make a lot. I'm going to just throw out a number, 80 million.
Oh, I don't know, like 100?
See, that's wild because Minecraft is so big. If you have kids, you know how big Minecraft is. Like every kid alive plays Minecraft. I would have thought they would have budgeted 200-300 for this. 150. I thought it would have been much higher.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they thought it was going to do really well, but this is like double their projected, like,
That's crazy.
how they thought it was.
I'm
gonna
hearing
do.
it
It's
was
crazy.
great if you're a Minecraft person.
Sure, I'm sure my son loves it. You know, it's apparently all just full of meta Minecraft jokes that you wouldn't get if you were, a dad in your 30s or 40s.
So unfortunately, we're probably going to get a sequel from this.
I mean,
but we're
I've
never
seen
gonna see
some
it.
clips uploaded on Twitter, and I'm just like, I don't even know. Is this English they're speaking? Like, I have no idea what's going on.
Plus, I guess I saw a spoiler, which I won't even tell because I don't even know what it is. So
Yeah.
it's not like I can even spoil it. But it's like a Captain America lifting Mjolnir kind of moment, kind of at the end. I was like, oh wow,
what does he pick up an axe?
right? No, I think. Well, again,
Who cares?
It's a character in the game. Like Jack Black, meets her.
Oh, okay.
And she says her name, and then the whole place goes nuts. It's one of these theater reactions.
I saw one where they some character dropped in, and then it was a theater 300 kids. They all got up and threw popcorn in the air, it was going insane.
That's what the thing is. This would be your worst nightmare in your AMC days.
Of course.
I'm sure my youngest is not going to be real happy, but
Yeah.
they're throwing popcorn and their drinks everywhere.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie.
Yeah, pretty nuts. Jesus. The last thing I have is Val Kilmer passed away last week at the age of 65. The cause of death was from pneumonia, but most people know the story. Kilmer lost his voice back in 2014 due to throat cancer, but he never fully recovered. In 2020, he said he was cancer-free, but continued to struggle with medical treatments, including the use of a feeding tube. He was in Top Gun Maverick in that little cameo scene where he could barely talk. And then Tom Cruise was at, I think it was at CinemaCon where Tom Cruise paid a tribute to him and everything. So, and it's crazy because I watched Heat, and then 2 days later, Val Kilmer dies. I rewatched Heat. So
Our first Batman to depart us.
Well,
Adam West.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Or
Count.
He counts. He had a movie.
He did not
That
get
is-
a TV movie.
I would rather watch that than
TV.
Batman Forever.
Oh, stop.
It was
Still
great.
Jim Carrey.
The fucking bomb where he's
Come
running
on.
around. It's so great.
so favorite
Is that where
Val-
Robin catches the thing with his teeth? They're like, thank God you brushed your teeth, Robin.
The shark is attacking him, so he pulls out the shark repellent.
Yeah.
It works at times.
Yeah.
So favorite Val Kilmer movie has to be Top Gun, right?
Top Gun. I mean, he was great in Heat.
He was really good there. Tombstone probably has got to be
I still
number
need
one.
to see Tombstone. I'm going to see it soon.
I think most people love him from Tombstone, but
Yeah, I
he's
think
he's
so.
always going to be Iceman to me.
He's amazing.
Iceman. Boy, did he want to fuck Tom Cruise really bad in that movie.
I'll be Aquaman.
Exit only.
Exit only.
Jesus.
No, I saw a thing where apparently he reloaded his gun so well in Heat that they showed it.
Saw this.
They show it to Marines when they're training them. They're like, "This is how you do it."
Holy shit.
It was he did it that good. Yeah, that's all I've got though. So
In
Everyone else.
Andrew's worst nightmare news,
Oh,
they're saying this is from Comic Book Movie.
oh sure,
Very reliable source.
Oh, yeah, of course.
She-Hulk will have a fairly significant role in Avengers Doomsday. So
I'm gonna let Corbin.
hey,
I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. There's no fucking way that's
Can
true.
I ask you a question? Guys, as bad as She-Hulk was, as bad as the TV show was, is there
didn't
a
mind it.
chance at redemption? Can someone one of the higher ups at Marvel come along and just put her in something and make it good?
Yeah, sure.
That's
You
all
just
that-
completely ignore what happened, just like Daredevil. I mean, they did it with Daredevil. They completely ignored what happened in She-Hulk, and they went back to the Netflix series. Yeah, if you do it a right way, and
Yeah.
of course anything could be redeemable. You just
I'm
have to
excited.
never mention that shit again. But I
hope so.
I really doubt it. All these, I don't know. I get Hulk's gonna be in it, right? Who knows? We'll see.
The only thing I had, and I thought this was the weirdest news I've heard. Any of y'all watch Gundam Wing growing up?
No.
No, it's an anime cartoon, but Sydney Sweeney is apparently in talks to be in a major role in the cartoon in a live action, which I think is fucking crazy.
Live action.
Live
You
action.
said the cartoon.
It was a cartoon growing up.
Yeah, but you said she was going to star in the cartoon.
Oh, sorry.
Live action,
I
which
mixed
doesn't
it up.
make any
Yeah.
sense.
You know what I
Live
meant.
action makes more sense. For
All the
sure.
people in the box know what I was talking about 100%. But yes,
No.
for people that watch Gundam Wing, I think it's going to be crazy to see her in the in the TV or in the movie. Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, right? Wow.
Is it the tits that you're thinking about that you can't speak properly right now?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It is mind-boggling.
Tits.
The size.
Tits.
Yeah. That was pretty much all I got.
All Josh
More
had was
stuff.
tits. That's all Josh has for this week.
I had
Thank
other
you,
stuff.
Josh.
I had the No Way Homes or the No Way New Home stuff, and
No Way, New Home.
yeah, I had plenty of stuff. But
Thanks,
Andrew,
Josh.
Andrew just knocked it out of the park, and I was like, you know what? Go ahead, bro. You do you.
Looking forward to Spider-Man. No Way, New Home. All right, thank you, Josh. Aaron, take it away. You can only you can't do any worse than that.
Only go up from here. Okay, Jumanji 3. We're going to see that hit theaters next year, 2026 in December. Director, the first two is coming back. First one was fun. Second one, less so.
Less fun. That's
Less-
exactly what I was
Is it
saying.
going to be The
less
Rock
fun.
and Kevin Hart again and
So,
all that?
We'll see if they course
So
correct.
that one will bomb. That one will bomb.
We'll
third
see.
one?
Right here, right now, that will be a bomb.
It seems like the formula with these things is first one's great, second one big drop off, third one recovers a little bit better, but still not even close. That seems to be how these trilogies.
I'm
tend to
predicting
go.
right now it'll be a bomb.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would agree with
Because you
that,
know it's going
yes.
to be 200 million. Because The Rock alone, like he's half that, and then yeah, it's going to bomb. I think so.
We're going to have a new trailer for the next Mission Impossible movie tomorrow. That comes out.
Oh, really?
Oh
yes.
wow!
So we'll see this.
Couldn't do it a day earlier, guys. Fuck.
It's going to be another bomb, probably. Because the last one didn't it? Like it.
The last one made a lot of money, but they were like, well, it cost a lot of money.
Yeah, it kind
so-
of broke even, basically.
But knowing this is the last one ever, I think it'll do fine.
until they announce there's
It's
another
just
one.
when it's just for the first time in history, Tom Cruise looks his age in this trailer. It's like he's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is he, 60 something? I mean,
Yeah.
of course, he's eventually going to look his age, but you're just like, oh no.
Right. Anything else?
Yeah, some more news from this convention we had. So the new Predator movie, the live action one that's going to be coming out, Predator Badlands. We have a little more information on it. It sounds like the Predator is going to be the protagonist in this. It looks like they showed a trailer in it, and he's on the run. This is in the future, and I guess humans with laser rifles are chasing him. So he's the one getting hunted.
Oh.
And then at some point, apparently, he's fighting a kaiju or some crazy shit. So I'm really curious to see.
15 Predator movies and they haven't flipped the script yet.
Yeah,
well,
I know.
An Alien versus Predator
He was a
wasn't
good guy.
He was kind of the good guy. In
Yeah,
Alien
they're
vs.
gonna.
Predator.
Are they gonna just gonna pull a Godzilla Kong where like some little girl is gonna be the only one that can talk to the Predator? That's gonna be fucking terrible.
That's probably going to be Elle Fanning, maybe.
Oh no!
Elle
Don't
Fanning.
shoot him. He's a nice person. He ate my brother's head.
It does,
He bit it off. No, but he's just hungry.
I mean, it did say she was helping him in the trailer, so we'll see. I'm still going to go see it. I'm going to hold out hope because I want to love Predator.
Yeah.
Joe, here's some for you. Amazon is going to be working on I Play Rocky. It's going to be a movie about a young Sylvester Stallone getting Rocky made.
Oh.
Peter Farrelly directing.
It's a Farrelly brother movie?
Well, well, he made Green Book, so he's done serious movies.
True.
He's done serious
Wait,
movies.
did they say who's starring in it?
No, I didn't
No,
see
not yet.
that.
Okay. Okay. That'll be interesting.
And I think that's the last thing I had, except for Last of Us Season 2 premieres in a week.
That's right.
We're almost there.
That'll be our next show on Patreon.
Yep.
Very excited for that.
Oh boy.
All right, what are we watching this week?
Oh man, I've started a new show, The Pit, on HBO.
I heard about that.
It's like ER but on steroids. It follows ER doctors and student doctors in a Pittsburgh emergency room, but over the course of 24 hours, kind of like 24 with Keith Sutherland.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. Lots of crazy cases come in, and the student doctors have no idea what they're doing, and it's just wild. It's already been renewed for season 2, and on season 2, it's going to take the course over on July 4th weekend.
Okay. Oh, so a lot of
so it's
people
going to be a
blowing
lot
up their hands.
right. So it's crazy. If anybody liked ER, you're gonna fucking love this show.
Were you a big ER fan?
I did. Yeah, we used to watch it Friday nights as like a family. My mom
There's always
was a
so
nurse,
many
so.
hospital shows. I think The Pulse just came out, another new hospital show. Where guess what? They get cases that are crazy.
Yeah.
Well, this is more on like it's the doctors and like, you know, they're just the trauma that they go through trying to take care of patients and just some of the wild shit that they have to deal with throughout the day.
Yeah.
Like in one episode, a homeless guy came in and he had rats in his clothes. So the rats were like running around the ER.
Rats.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
I'm caught up on The White Lotus. I think the season finale is tonight, and I'm gonna watch it. I don't know how they're gonna wrap everything up because there's so many open-ended questions to this season, and it's really messed up. But the funny thing is, season 1, 6 episodes, season 2, 7 episodes. This will be the 8th episode of season 3. They're going 6, 7, 8, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see how they wrap everything up. And I'm 3 episodes into Daredevil. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to get there so I can join the pod this week.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of stuff to watch in our lives and stuff. But yeah, no Daredevil in episode 3 of Daredevil. It was the court scene. I mean, the court, you know, they were doing the case. Anyway.
Well, he's in it though.
Well, I mean, but no, like, you know, it's like watching a Batman show and you never see Batman.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It is a good episode.
Aaron?
I watched the Christopher Reeve biography, Super/Man. I think it's on Max. It was really good, but you're gonna feel awful the whole way through.
Yeah.
It was cool seeing, you know, some of him making the movies and everything, but it was really, really hard to watch. He was really close friends with Robin Williams, and they showed like a year after his accident when he showed up at the Oscars and he got the big standing O. It cuts to Robin Williams, and he's just looks like a broken man. Like seeing him up, and he looks so depressed. It's hard to watch. It was good, but it was very, very hard.
It's a hard watch because everyone says he's such a great guy too.
Yes.
His son is going to be in the new Superman. I think he's a news reporter in real life, and he's going to play a news reporter in the movie.
I heard
saw
about that.
Yeah, he looks just like him. He was very handsome.
I also saw the like a lot of dads. I got dragged to the Minecraft movie with my son. It is a middle-aged man's nightmare. The whole movie was just like children screaming and freaking out at these things that I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I'm glad I didn't have to bite the bullet on that one.
Did
My
Jack
son
Black-
saw it with a bunch of friends.
Nice.
So.
Was Jack Black good, or is he kind of the new Jack Black where it's like he's a little...
He was full on Tenacious D Jack Black.
Yeah.
He sang not 1, not 2, but 3 times in this movie.
Minecraft.
and they turned Momoa into a giant pussy. Like he was just
what is he?
He was an idiot punching bag.
All right.
Sure.
It was
Can't be the superhero in every movie.
I just don't
Or the
get.
supervillain.
I just don't like the movie. Seems like it has nothing to do with Minecraft, which is just odd to me. But I guess the kids still loved it. Like I just don't like the idea. Like I don't know. Like Super Mario Bros. Movie nailed it. Where it's like, you know, it's Mario. It's not some random guy from Kentucky that drops into the Super Mario world. It's like, what's this? Like everyone knows what it is. Like the Sonic movie where it's just like Sonic is he transports to Earth. It's like Sonic doesn't live on Earth in any of the games.
No.
Joe, let me tell you, you can probably relate to this. When we were on the way home from the movie, my son was like, so they fucked this up and they fucked this up because that's not in Minecraft. And I was like, look, buddy, let me tell you, when I was a kid, I was pretty into Super Mario Brothers. And they put a movie out when I was a kid
Oh my God.
about the Super Mario
A
Brothers.
nightmare of a movie.
You want to know how much they got wrong in that movie?
Everything.
We're gonna have to do that movie one day on here.
It's so bad.
Please, God.
So I am finishing up season 2 of Severance. I've got a few episodes left. It's gotten really fucking good. Like the reveals, because it's again, like every episode is like another layer. They reveal something else. And, but yeah, it's gotten really good. I have a couple of theories on how I think the season's going to end, but Ben Stiller has already said it's not going to take, you know, another 4 years for season 3. Like they're going to get season 3 out there quicker. So I don't know how the thing is, like, this show, I don't know how many seasons you could do of it. It's not the type of show that's going to do, you know, that's going to go for very long. Like if they say season 3 is the last one, I'd be like, that makes sense.
Right.
How would you describe Severance? Is it like a thriller?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a thriller. It's also like a dark comedy, But it's a thriller. There's times like watching Alone in the Dark where I'm like, I feel uneasy just because of.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
That's cool.
Interesting.
So
I've been wanting to check it out.
it's really good.
All right.
Yeah, Adam Scott is amazing in it. He's really good. Let's get to some fan questions. Oh, I've also been watching The Americas on Peacock. It's
That's really good.
Oh, you've been watching it?
I've already finished this series.
Yeah, I've got
The
a few
Americans
left.
or Americas?
The Americas. It's
is that?
It's just like a nature.
I thought you meant the Americans.
Yeah, of course you would fuck that up, Josh.
That's on me. That's my bad.
Just real quick, The Americans, amazing show. Like maybe a top 10 show of all time for me.
Yeah.
Where it's 2 Russian spies living in
Yeah, I
America.
know about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
So good.
Anyways, this is The Americas.
Oh.
It's voiced over by Tom Hanks. It's just like, I think there's like 8 or 9 episodes, and they just cover like the Americas, like nature, like all the animals and stuff. It's really cool. Like they put hidden cameras all over this fucking area, and like you get to see like these animals like eating each other and fighting each other. It's crazy because they don't know the cameras are there. It's like at one point they go down like deep underground, and you see like these fucking ants build a whole colony, and it's like, how the fuck did they do this?
Really?
It's crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun if you're into that. Like,
Fascinating.
all right, fan questions. Pop Culture Junkie, are the chances of Charlotte Flair having an episode on the next season of Dark Side of the Ring as high as the amount of time she's had to change her phone's Face ID? Yikes.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Too rare.
Like just on her having surgeries is her Dark Side of the Ring episode? Maybe. I'm Raj, Molly, Pushfire Barry, these Windows 95 pre-installed games, Solitaire, Minesweeper, Skyfree. I never played Skyfree. I don't even know what Skyfree is.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I would say push Solitaire.
Right.
Solitaire, so-
I hated Minecraft.
So
It was not Minecraft,
Not
you
Minecraft.
fucking idiot.
Mine.
You think Minecraft was on Windows 95?
No, what was it
It's
called?
starring Jack Black.
It wasn't Minecraft. I 100% thought it was Minecraft.
You thought that's what this movie was?
No, they're not both called the same.
It's Minesweeper.
Minesweeper, Jesus. That's the one I meant. Minesweeper. I hated Minesweeper.
Yeah, of course you couldn't figure that out.
No,
It
I
had
mean,
numbers. There were numbers involved.
click
Oh,
the
2 plus
button.
2. Duh.
Yeah, fuck that. No, I don't want to do numbers. I just fucking drag the cards. It's fine.
And did you ever win at Solitaire?
Yes.
Don't lie, Josh.
3 times.
3 out of 1,000?
That
Yes.
makes sense. That makes sense.
P.S. Joe, White Lotus keeps getting worse. We don't need to see what they're showing us. Then again, you and Andrew do talk an awful lot about cock on all the pods for a year, so maybe you're enjoying it.
Whoa, whoa.
So they show a lot of cock in this show? I got to check it out, is what you're saying.
I wanted to bring
Do
that
we
up.
see Walton
That's a
Goggins'
big
cock?
yes.
No. Again? No.
Damn it.
I watched Anora Friday night.
Oh, the Oscar
winning,
movie.
Yeah, winning all the
Right.
awards.
So is it the best movie of the year?
No, it's it's a porno for the first 45 minutes.
Sounds pretty cool.
Straight porn.
All right.
It's cool until your 17-year-old walks into the house when you're just sitting there watching it with
So you're saying the first half is fantastic.
the first half's amazing.
Andrew's in for 30 minutes.
No, honestly, it's a good movie. Like I don't like it's not like, oh my God, this has to win an Oscar, but like it's a Russian family and they don't want to, they found out he married a prostitute or whatever, and like it just goes down this crazy road.
Right.
So that's fun. It's good. I don't see it winning an Oscar, right? But it was good. And again, a lot of nudity.
Would you like to thank the sex worker industry, having watched it now? As they all did when they won the awards?
I don't know how to answer that.
I just want to thank the sex worker industry.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. You take all the loads so that I don't. Thanks, guys.
Wow.
That is good.
Yeah. Amir, Josh should get that tattoo. He keeps saying it's a one-way road anyway. That's true. You have said that so many times. You have said that. Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy.
It's a one-way road.
Yeah. Is that what you say? One-way road?
No, it's outbound traffic only.
Okay. So there you go. Just put outbound traffic
Outbound
only.
traffic only.
One-way road.
Don't fuck him in the ass.
No, do not.
You should just say, come on in. That's what you should get on your lower back. Doors open.
Doors open.
Josh, I don't know if you want to take
Open
the
to
risk.
suggestions.
Outbound traffic only. That's maybe too long of a read. It might be too late by the time the guy gets to you.
That's right.
We'll think of something.
And if you spell it wrong, then he's really going to be
Shortly.
confused. He's
Oh
not going to
shit, bro!
understand.
I'm already
Right.
inside. Sorry.
Well, I was thinking Japanese letters. That way, of course.
There you go. American Psycho. I went to watch the Minecraft movie with the kiddos, but they fell asleep because they played like over half an hour of trailers that my kid was slumping in his seat when Nicole Kidman was on the screen, and like 15 minutes in, he was fighting the sleep, but he KO'd. Not to mention how I know what it feels like when I take someone to the movies but don't get the references. The crowd was rowdy and excited, autistic teens, but I didn't care because it wasn't my hill to die on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just check your phone and play on your phone.
Barry Fire Push Fire Barry, people to do an episode about Matt Hardy and Edge, Jim Cornette and Russo.
Yes.
Jeff Jarrett. Oh, Jeff, Jarrett, and Kurt. Or Jeff Jarrett and Kurt, yeah.
Stop it, Cornette and Russo.
I mean, of course,
Yeah,
push Cornette and Russo.
Oh my God.
And it doesn't even matter how many times we've heard Cornette yell about Russo.
Yeah,
I want more.
We all know the story, but still, that would be great.
Yep.
Barry, Matt Hardy, and Edge, Fire, Jeff Jarrett, and I don't care that they fucked the same ugly woman.
My God.
Omar, have we watched The Bondsman on Amazon yet? Starring Kevin Bacon as a bounty hunter for the devil.
I heard about this one. I added it to my watch list. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Says it might be too scary for Josh.
I'm out.
Since he's a pussy, that's what he says.
I'm not going to say that.
It's fine.
Val Kilmer's lips. Hashtag release the Schumacher cut. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. If Kevin Smith does the screening of the film again, I will buy a plane ticket to go see it. Hit the MJF button. Sure, you got it.
Fucking Mark!
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that, I think, before. I don't know how much better that you can make that movie.
I don't think so.
And it's a Schumacher cut? Isn't that what was the problem in the first place? Is
Yes.
that it was Schumacher?
Right.
It's like
Exactly.
put more of the bad in it.
More
of the
tits,
bad.
more ass.
More nipples.
The Rizzler, more cock. The Rizzler, I think I was around 8 years old when he ended Tatanka's undefeated streak, made me hate Finland as a country. Exit only, Christ. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Well said.
The pitch meeting for Batman Forever is one of the best.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The
absolutely.
circus is on the news. Yeah, the
Oh,
circus
yeah, I always just watch live streams of the circus.
on the news.
Wild.
All right, that's all for fan questions. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Hollywood Hog Pod. Become a supporter of the show at patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Again, we got a couple more weeks of Daredevil, Born Again, and then we're getting right into The Last of Us Season 2. Very excited for that coming back. But next week, it's time. It's time. It's Veda time!
No!